here during the draft. And I figured with Travis Etienne getting hurt, being out for the season, this would be a great time to bring up that you should never, ever, under any circumstances, ever take a running back in the first round of the draft. Even if it's your biggest need, even if it's Barry Sanders, you do not take a running back in the first round of the draft.
Why? You are our draft expert, man. I'm giving you the floor for first, man. What is going on with my computer tonight? Really?
First round running back, Zeke.
Zeke is the exception to the rule, by the way. I have a whole bunch of, but Zeke is the exception.
Zeke is the exception.
Zeke went at 4, and he's been crazy ever since.
But nobody else has been anything special.
Right. It's definitely a higher risk than it is reward. I do agree with you. I don't know, though. I wouldn't say never, though, because Zeke was that clear-cut guy coming out of college. You could kind of tell. I mean, if the guy is there, I think, if he's capable of going that high, like, for example, a Ezekiel Elliott, if he's capable of going in the top 5, if he's that talented, I don't know if you could pass on a guy like that. I mean, it's like, but I do, and same with like Saquon Barkley. I do see where you're coming from. There's 100% a higher risk than reward. Now, I would say if the guy is capable of going top 10, then yes, I would take that chance. But anything after that, yes, there is a much bigger risk than there is the reward on the back end of that. So I do see where you're coming from. So I think it's situational. I really do. Like, I know this is a huge waffle, but I just think like if you've got an Ezekiel Elliott sitting there, if you've got a Saquon Barkley sitting there, a guy you can come in day one and can just rule the trenches, and he's going to be a top running back in the league, I don't know if you could say no to that, especially if your biggest need is running back like the Cowboys that year. I don't know if you could say no to that. But
this is for fantasy. This isn't real life.
No, real life. I'm saying real life. You never take a running back.
No, he's saying real life, like the NFL
fantasy, you
draft.
definitely take a running back in the first round.
Okay.
Oh, fantasy. That's all I take. First 2 rounds of running backs.
Yeah.
No, I would. I can't give an answer, man. I'm gonna say it's situational.
Hashtag
it's
waffle.
situational. That's such a good one. Because I see both sides of the argument.
So Wayne G, can you go ahead and adjust the view, because I'm having major storms roll through here and my internet's messing up and I can't pull back up StreamYard. So
I love not having the worst Wi-Fi anymore.
Yeah, so just put us on like on the same side of screens. That'd be like awesome. But to answer the question correctly, I don't think there is a need to take a freaking running back in the first round anymore. Hell, I don't think there's a need to take a running back in the first 3 rounds, to be honest, because this is a pass-happy league. This is we are looking at the evolution of football as we know it, and every team is a 2-back team almost, to be honest. And I know I'm freezing and going crazy here, but my mic's still working, I think, right, guys? Man, my internet's all messed up right now. So absolutely not, Wayne. Like, I don't think you need to take a running back. I mean, mid-second round is probably the first time I would ever take a running back.
That's what I was kind of thinking. I think second and third round is kind of the sweet spot, because that's where we've seen guys like Derrick Henry. We saw Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, all those guys go in that area. I think that's kind of the sweet spot for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Second round. Now, you brought up Saquon Barkley, and I wanted to point out that the New York Giants drafted Saquon Barkley, and since then, they've gone 15-33. So was it really a good pick, especially since they passed on Josh Allen, and their quarterback was 36-year-old Eli Manning at the time? So what was the better pick, Josh Allen or Saquon Barkley?
Well, I mean, nobody really knew at that time that Josh Allen was, and Josh Allen wasn't even projected to go there. And Josh Allen went at 7? They had the second overall pick.
Yes.
So that at that time, the next best option that everybody thought on the board was either Sam Darnold. Or let's see, because they passed on Sam Darnold, they passed on Baker Mayfield, they passed on Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Gosh, when you put it that way.
But Josh Allen was a guy. Josh Allen was a guy who you say he wasn't projected to be there. Josh Allen was a guy that was projected to be the number 1 overall pick going into his junior year at Wyoming. So he had not the greatest year there, but cannon for an arm, right? Accuracy issues. But he was a guy who was going to be a top 10 pick regardless. And so that's a guy who, I think that if you're the Giants and Eli Manning at 36 years old is your quarterback, why are you taking a running back in the first round? In fact, when I was going through all these teams, You know how many of these running backs that were drafted in the first round, their teams actually have a winning record with them? 3. Sony Michel, which not any thanks to him, by the way.
Right.
Zeke Elliott.
And he's
Zeke
gone
Elliott
anyways now too, Zeke.
Yeah, and then the other one was I have here. Oh, I don't really have it here. But anyways, you guys like Josh Jacobs, 15 and 17.
I was going to say I think it shouldn't be Josh Jacobs.
Rashad Penny's the other one who absolutely did
Rashad
nothing.
Penny.
And
there we go.
Yeah.
And then Chris Carson, 6th rounder ends up stepping up.
Yeah. So you just don't take a running back in the first round. That's a wasted pick.
Yeah, especially in the past Happy League. So Wayne G, I totally agree with you 100%. So I think my